red flags that were ignored, and now it's all coming to fruition. Because I heard all that stuff. That I agree with everything Marlo said. I heard all that stuff Athena said, and I'm thinking to myself, if there was all of this evidence presenting itself, why did she pick this man? Why did she pick this man? So there's that. Does Wendy hold some accountability in all the things that are happening to her right now? But also, divorcing somebody and trying to come back is wild. So I believe I'm with everything that Marlo said. Now, I said all that because that was on my mind. Now, what did you ask me again? I'm sorry.
What is Wendy's role supposed to be if this is granted and his divorce is reversed when he has a full-fledged extra family right here? What is her role besides being a cash cow?
Yeah, after the divorce is final, like all bets are off. But like I said, in the midst of all of this, like I'm looking at this dude and I'm wondering he couldn't have morphed into this. He had to be this dude in the beginning. So like, what benefit did him being the way that he was? How did it benefit Wendy's life? And that's me really wondering. And that was the questions that I would be asking. And if I was like counseling them, I would spend some time with Wendy to try to understand what did you ignore in the beginning that is now coming back to bite you. That's that's
Right,
that's
right.
that's my question.
Well, then, Athena, you are a pop culture queen, and so you know a little bit about his history. Can you kind of explain a little bit of his past?
Okay, so from what I understand, Kelvin is from some kind of hood ratchet place in New York. He was some hood dude that she basically picked off on the street like a little street urchin. Okay. And she had him, especially during a time where she was vulnerable because, Diddy was looking for her and all this other stuff. So this is who that she went for. She didn't feel confident as a woman to stand in her power and to pick a man that would love and respect her in a certain way. Because there also have been rumors from multiple sources, even from Bravo, from Andy from Bravo, saying that as her manager, he was very difficult and controlling and not causing her to actually lose money, right? This was not a man that had any kind of business acumen. This was not a man that was even a good quality man, right? But for whatever reason, she had childhood issues and trauma. If you actually watched any of her documentaries, you would see she discussed the heavy critique that she got from her parents, from her being fat, from her being, I think, bulimic or some kind of eating disorder. She did drugs. This was not a woman that reflected high self-esteem. And to be honest with you, most women, I feel like self-esteem is on the floor. And the reason that happens is because society, our experiences with dusty ass men like Kelvin and all these other things drag women down and kind of gaslight us into accepting street urchins like Kelvin, right? Or accepting situations to where you can have a baby on me and move this hoe down the street and I will still be with you, right? So this is not anybody that we should model after. And a lot of successful women have this issue. When they're more successful than the men can't take it and they do all this crazy stuff. Who is Sharina? She was a massage therapist. She met Kelvin through Charlemagne in passing. Now, Charlemagne didn't directly hook them up, but in passing, that's how they met, right? He picked a woman of lower status than Wendy that was younger and more attractive so he can feel important, so he can feel like he's doing something